Wealth is a Choice podcast. Boom.
Let's listen to it. Let's listen to it.
Good to be here.
Yeah, all right, Gary.
Yeah.
So it's been a few years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been 6, so.
So the first year, I think I wasn't as involved. Well, I was kind of newer into the events. I didn't have all the experience of what an event was, and we met during the first time we did it together, and I would say that what we've built now is substantially different than that year.
Yeah.
But from the first year that we were doing this event together, what surprises you, I guess, maybe the most, or maybe, just in general, surprises you about what this has turned into?
I think a big surprise for me is that these people come here, from all over the country, all over the world. Actually, my first year, that's when Wolfgang and Patrick, so, we had them all over the world that year, my first year. But, well, I think it's just their grit and, the reasons why they ride and their stories. And it just, to do this ride, especially as 10 days, I'm just going to speak on that part. To do the 10 days is something special. And to be able to see how people of my age are doing this, and they're doing it year after year, it's inspiring. And I think that's, it's just amazing. They're amazing athletes, they're amazing people. And, so much of it, this ride, I think, is a little mind over body. And, it takes a mental toughness, but you just see it. And it's cool how you see it come together, because like they say, we start off as strangers and we end up as family, at the end. And you can really, I'm fortunate. I have a front row seat. I do, and I get to see lots of stuff. And that's one of the things that's always surprised me, is that, wow, how somebody like a Rachel, came up here, didn't have the right bike, didn't have the right. Didn't have anything really.
Was that year 2 for you when Rachel came?
3.
That was year 3.
I think it was year 3.
Okay.
I believe, yeah. But like somebody.
So
like
it was year 2 of you kind of running the show, though, because you're.
Yeah, the second year is when Chris and I then said you were going to say, hey, listen, guys, I want to start working with you guys. And
So, anyways, Rachel,
So Rachel, that was impressive to somebody that didn't know what she was really getting into, but she had it here. And she, even though she didn't think so, but she was capable of more, as we always say. Then with the support that they get, and that's one of the bigger things too that I like as well, as surprises me, is that how all our people that have been coming back for years and years are willing to sacrifice, even being up front to sit in the back and help other people make it. And that to me that's pretty cool. You don't see that, and probably a lot of, because everybody's out for them. You know what I mean? I mean, granted, you can go as fast as you want, but my point is, I think the fact that we've made this thing a ride, and that's exactly what it is. And I think when they come together, because they're going through a lot together. I mean, you think about it every day. Most people have never been in the UP before. And here they're going around the UP on a bike. I mean, it's just, and that to me is inspirational. It's motivating. And I get to be with them, and to see the fitness, and to see the athleticism, and to see the grit, and to see the love, and it's special. It's something special. Sometimes, I know you and I have discussed this many times, that it's harder to put it into words sometimes, eh?
Well, you said that you said in the beginning is you start as strangers and finish as friends. And anytime I've seen anything like that, that sounds like a little bit of bullshit of marketing. You know what I mean? That sounds okay. Take the cheese down a little bit, but when we started saying that, I didn't know how else to say it other than just say that. It is true.
It is true. You're right.
And you can't. To say anything other than that is not being authentic. That's just, that's real.
And I think too, the other thing is that, as you well know, James, everybody comes here and they ride for their reason. You know, they ride for their reasons. And we have...
I want to make sure this is tucked. Yeah, we got to put it right next to a button. Yeah. Otherwise it flares out. Good. Yeah, good.
But, you know, everybody comes and they ride for their reasons. But, you know, ever since that, there were 2 causes with, you know, bike safety and childhood cancer, you know, that makes a big difference. And, you know, people choose to do it and they choose to donate or they choose to fundraise. That's up to them. But the fact that everybody comes here for their reasons and to know the stories and it's incredible.
So I want to talk about something that's definitely different in this bike event. And that is that we don't give a crap about who finishes first.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
You think about like so many events and what is celebrated are the first 3 people that come in. Mm-hmm. And then they look at the first 3 people of their age group and their gender and their age group. And so you've got an event, you might have, you know, 20 or 30 people out of there could be 1,000 people at that event. And there might be 20 or 30 people that are recognized and celebrated. And then you might look at the top 10 in an age group where people might take some personal accolades out of that, you know. And most events focus on the fastest is the best. And this event has nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with the podium.
You could be as fast as you want to. I mean, we're not taking that away from anybody. You want to burn all day long, go for it. I have a blast being fast sometimes, you know, it's a rush. But what tends to be celebrated at the end of the day, not tends to, what is celebrated at the end of the day is the best in humanity that we saw during the ride.
Yeah.
And that could have been a really fast person.
Yeah.
It may not have been.
Yeah, right.
But that is what gets celebrated more than anything else.
You bet. I agree. I totally agree. And that's the big part of it that sometimes is hard to describe because it's so big.
Yeah.
You know, I always say this is one of those life-changing rides, man, in a way. You know, it is. There's a lot, you know, that goes into it. I mean, you think about all the planning and everything that they have to go through just to be able to do this ride with everything that, you know, it's incredible. You know, it truly is.
In the beginning, years ago, so this will be our 9th year. Years ago, even before I met you, in my mind, I thought this would probably turn into a race because everything is a race.
Yeah.
And you know, that's all I knew.
Yeah.
That's all. Like that would be great. Let's do a race around the UP.
Yeah.
And a culture develops within something over time. And I think there's, like that year with Rachel was a good year for us to start to develop a culture. Also, when Connie Marchek came back.
Right, yeah. I was there that year.
That was also developing a culture.
Yeah.
You know, and so we've had some special people show up. And then I will say good on us to recognize these amazing things that are happening and say that is what we want to build around. Not what we know an event to be. An event focuses on the fastest people.
You know, and I do think that's the culture you've kind of developed, you know.
So it's not in my mind. I thought I thought someday it'd probably be a race. To me, it was like a race is extremely complicated, especially a multi-day race. How do you govern this thing? How do you do this thing? How do you manage this thing? I thought after 3 or 4 years, it might turn into a race. But instead, during those 3 or 4 years, we saw something else develop that is a lot bigger and a lot more beautiful than that.
And that's the special thing. It took on a face of itself, you know, in a way. You know,
but you could see it happening. Through really special people.
Oh, you bet.
You could see it happen, and as you see that develop, and what you see is so much stronger than the celebration of who got there first.
Well, and that's the feedback too, you know, that's, you know, over the years, you know, we've gotten good feedback from riders, and, you know, and their input and how to make it better and how to do things different, you know. We've listened. And that's the other thing, you know, we've listened and we've taken a lot of feedback. You know, and, you know, I think that's the sign of a good organization when you listen to the people. And you try to make it better and better and better every year, you know. That's important to me.
Well, we've had, during this thing, you got a lot of people crying of joy and accomplishment, you know, and camaraderie, and a lot of hugs and a lot of emotion, and all of that is coming from seeing some amazing things that people do, and the support that they give and get. That's what's really powerful. Regardless of what their time was.
Exactly.
And like I said, sometimes it's fast.
Right, exactly.
You know, but regardless of that, these other things that we've seen is just so much more powerful.
I agree.
I don't remember who I was talking to the other day, but we were talking about Rachel, and it was during the Zoom call. Zach was describing the days, and everybody that rode with her cried at the end of every day. Everybody did. And one thing I love, and this has just developed over the days, so, and part of it was that she was the only lady that year doing all 10. Which is kind of rare. We've had a decent sized group for whatever reason. And there was other women coming in doing 2 or 3 days, but she was the only one doing all 10. And of course she showed up and didn't have the right bike. So she showed up making a difficult job a lot more difficult. You know, and we all knew that as soon as we saw it.
I was like,
but after the first day, people were stripping her bike down. I think they removed 10 or 15 pounds off that damn thing.
Her tires were flat.
Tires were too low.
Her tires were flat. Fenders they took off.
Everything.
Oh God.
But I think it was the day 2. It was either day 2 or day 3, but I think it was day 2. Shane, a really fast rider, just elected to ride early with Rachel. And my buddy Tim Magnuson did too. And on day 2. And I think Shaden did on day 2 as well. And what Shane started doing is he would ride the first half of the day with Rachel until the faster group would come catch up. And then Shane would finish with the faster group. And he did that every day for the rest of the tour.
Oh, wow. And then Zach, you know, and Dan Dahlquist, like I said, and that's what it takes. It takes a village, and sometimes, you know, and you get that here because I think we provide that positive environment, that type of environment where, you know, you can come and, you know, be the best you want to be the best version of yourself, right? But it's awesome, man.
So something that I find interesting in this ride is it's a 10-day event. People train for it months in advance, but you don't have to train years in advance. Train months in advance. You know, it might be 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, you know, but whatever. And so Connie Marchek, as an example, she decided she wanted to do it. She called me in the year that she wanted to do it. So I don't know, January, February, I don't know when she called me, March. And she asked me what kind of bike to buy. You know, she bought a bike and she started riding. And then she did this 1,200-mile, 10-day ride around the perimeter of the Upper Peninsula, a physical and mental accomplishment that a very, very small percentage of people in the world
can do. I know.
Would have the ability at that given particular moment in time to be able to do, and she did it. And so this event, in a short amount of time, showcases just a formula for life of what you can accomplish over many, many years. You know, you look at your career, or you look at family, the development of your children, you look at, you know, money, you look at community, whatever, something that develops over a long period of years. The formula for that success is showcased in this short amount of time that this event takes place. The training that somebody does leading up to it, the preparation that you have as event manager and director in getting ready for this logistical endeavor, the SAG team, what they put together, the community that comes around it, and then the actual 10 days where the event takes place.
I think you see the human spirit, I mean, at its best. You really do. You know, an event like this, and that's what's cool.
What's an example of that you have?
Well, I just think that, you know, you see the best in people, you know, because, you know, you got to rely on one another, you know, in a way. You do, especially if you're doing all 10 days, you know, and I think you start to bond, and, you know, and I think the best comes home in people.
Yep.
You know, you just see it. You know, I just do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, really, I mean, we've been fortunate going around as many years as we have, and gosh, we've, very, 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 very little incidents. No problem. I mean, we've never really. I mean, the weather's been great. I mean, we've been lucky in a lot of ways, but you just see the best in people's human spirit come out of this. Really do. Like I say, we've been talking about where like Rachel and how Shane stepped up, how Zach stepped up, and Dan Dahlquist, and just different ones, to make sure that she could finish.
Yeah.
They were sacrificing their time to help them, and that's the human spirit that I'm talking about.
And Mark Zettel, that guy's needed a lot of help from time to time.
Oh,
and Mark gave help a lot of times from time to time.
Yeah, when you're willing to kind of do something like that for somebody else, to me, that's where's the best that comes out in the human spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some of the fast bikers that show up, when they show up to an event, if they're really fast, quite naturally, they expect that this is going to be like their normal experience at a bike event.
Right.
And you see something interesting go through them sometimes where they start to realize that, oh, wow, they're not just celebrating the speed.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
There's other things in life that are sometimes more important than that.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, is what people don't realize, the beauty being up here.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a beautiful ride.
Yeah.
It truly is.
Yep.
We see so many things.
Yeah.
Animals. We've seen deer, we've seen coyote, we've seen bear, we've seen, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Eagles, and get to jump in 3 Great Lakes. Really.
Yeah.
So it's also a real cool scenic thing.
Yeah.
It's the best of the best in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And the elevations that we hit, there's some hills, there's flats, there's so many different, the topography is different, and that's kind of, the variety is nice.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, each day is totally different.
Yeah, and that's special, I think, in some ways.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So we've got a few mantras. One of them is people are capable of more than they realize.
Yeah.
And that gets proven year after year after year.
Like I said, I just go back to Rachel. I mean, anybody that ever, to me did that, it was really her.
Yeah.
I mean, God.
I remember getting up to the top of Brockway Mountain, and I was up there, and Catherine Branch was coming up, and she yelled out, "I could do anything!" I think she was so excited she got to the top, and that realization, when you do something difficult, you realize that doesn't only exist in this one event.
Right.
Like I can do a lot of difficult things in life. So I had this. I don't remember what year I did this, but one year a long time ago, I hiked from Miners Beach in Lake Superior to Thompson shores of Lake Michigan.
Oh, wow.
And I went, my brother John did the first half with me, and then I did the second half, which was a fun experience to do with my brother. It was a good time.
Yeah.
The younger brother, he's my youngest one in the family. We got a lot of years between us, so I didn't actually, that was the most time I spent with him, maybe my whole life. I don't know.
Awesome.
He was a baby when I went to college, literally born like a baby. He was like 1 year old.
Got a lot of kids, man.
I know. So we hiked. The only rule that I had was we couldn't go on a man-made road or trail except to cross it. So we just had to go right through the woods. So we had topo maps. I had looked out these topo maps, and I was looking for ridges, where to cross rivers, where to get through swamps. So I had identified along this 60-mile route through the woods. And it's 60 miles by the crow flies on my GPS, but you're going around this tree and this tree and this tree and this tree. Technically, to go 10 yards, you probably went 30 yards. You know what I mean? Like, there's no straight line through the woods. It could have been 180 miles by the time it was done. I don't know. But anyways, so I looked at my topo map, and I had like I think 6 different maps printed off, and I kept them in a little map thing over my neck, and I had these dots on all these points, recognizable points in the woods. It could be the top of a knoll, could be the edge of a ravine, could be a pinch point at a creek, something. And so every hour or so, I'd get to one of my points, and it was an accomplishment. And I had never done something so rewarding in my life. Like every hour and a half, I hit my goal.
Wow.
And it was like somebody pat me on the back, like, damn, good job, man.
Yeah.
You know where you are.
Yeah. Wow.
And by the time I got to Lake Michigan a few days later, I got to Thompson, which I know extremely well. I grew up in Manistee. I know Thompson like the back of my hand. Right. So by the time I got to Thompson, like I know exactly where the hell I am, and I know exactly where Lake Michigan is. And I'm going along the Thompson Creek, and there's salmon in there and everything. And that was the most rewarding, endeavor I had done up until that point in life, because I just went through this raw wilderness, hitting every single one of my points with my map and my topo, my topo map and my compass, hitting every single one of my points. And I knew at that point, this capable of more than we realized. That's where that really was developing for me.
Okay.
I knew at that point, oh my gosh.
Yeah, right. Wow.
You could put me anywhere. I'm not going to get lost. In accomplishing that particular hike gave me a tremendous amount of new confidence.
Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah. And the more you do of those kind of things,
I
think that it kind of the more confidence you get too,
and
right?
And so this is something that I see develop in people as they're finishing each day.
Right,
And they know that certain days have some challenges.
Right, yeah.
And they getting on top of Brockway is one of those big ones.
Oh.
Because they get up there. And some people, that's their first day. And it's halfway through that day. For some people, it's their 5th day.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
And they've already gone 600 miles.
Yeah, I know. It starts,
And that's mile 67 into that day.
Yeah.
And they get to climb Brockway Mountain.
Yeah.
And they get to the top of that thing. And that's a turning point for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I think so, too.
And
I like Dan Dog, where it's shut up legs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, you're right. You're right. You see it happening.
Yeah.
And it took me a little while to kind of see that, because I was kind of learning, but now I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
You could see it in people's expressions of their faces.
Yep.
You could see it in the way they ride.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can see that they know there's confidence of how they're going to finish, not if I'm going to finish.
And I think having, knowing that they got support too, and a lot of them come up with their own, either their wives or whoever.
Yep.
And
buddies. I love
buddies.
Don.
Yeah.
Good old Don.
Yeah, Don. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Consistent, and that's what I'm saying. It takes a lot of that. But then when they also find out that we have an incredible side team that also is cheering them on and helping them, and that, I think that really gives them the confidence as well.
Yep.
So I think that's another thing that we do and do well.
Yeah.
Is providing that service, customer service every day.
Yeah.
And trying to make their day better.
Yep.
Make it a great experience. So they come back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. So people are capable of more than they realize.
Yes.
And that one, like I said, I personally experienced it on this hike, and that had everything. It had snow, it had sun, it had rain. The UP, man.
Oh, yeah. You bet.
That was in September.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
It had wolves.
Wow.
It had bear.
Ooh.
That last night I was camping, I had a big wolf pack that was going nuts because it was the first non-windy night. And so all the animals were out. And wolf pack going nuts. It sounds amazing. Then I had this owl hooting right outside my tent. Then I had a bear walking around my tent for a long time. You know, everything was out that night. But it's a connection with nature that is invaluable, you know. And so that was something that I wanted to keep doing things that were challenging. And then around that time, just before that time, I went blind in my right eye from that freak, you know, chickenpox, shingles incident. And I came up with this mantra that I want to see more with one eye than I ever did with two. And I would love to have vision out of two eyes again. I'd take it in a heartbeat.
Oh, sure you would.
But for what I got out of life, having gone through that particular experience, has been tremendous. When it happened, I had this little pocketbook, and I was pretty bummed out. And I had this little pocketbook, and I started keeping track of all the things I can't do anymore, because I only have one eye. And each day I'd make a mark if something came across that I couldn't do. And then I had on the other page marks of all the things that I can do. I had like one or two marks on the can't do. And I had just, you know, like it didn't take me very long to realize, you know. And so then I wrote down, I want to see more with one eye than I ever did with two. And hopefully most people don't have to go through a bad experience in order to realize that. But these people that show up, they have that type of attitude. A lot of them, this is a bucket list event.
You bet.
This is something they might put on that they've seen it for years. Like, I'm doing this thing in 2026 or 2027 or 2028. You know?
Right.
And it's embrace it, man.
It is.
Embrace life. Enjoy it. Take advantage of it. And
there's
so many amazing things out there.
Live your life, not your age, right? I mean, that's the other thing too, you know. I mean, because so many people that do ride this, they're, you know, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. I mean, you know, they're really, you know.
And this is kind of crazy thinking about that. Kevin Liberacki, very fast biker, very amazing human being. He is riding like you wouldn't believe. He did a 24-hour ride. He did a 48-hour ride. He took first place on, it might have been the 48-hour ride. First place. He did Tour Da Yoop the first time, I don't know when. It was year 2 or 3, the first time. The first time?
Him and Zach. Me, Zach, and Kevin.
No, that was Kevin. That was Kevin's second time, I think.
Second year then, right. He was, well, that's right. That was second year.
So he's that many years older. And he's a faster, stronger rider today than he was back then.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And so to your point about age. Like, people are living healthy. I know I'm healthier than I was. I am healthier right now than I was when I was in high school.
That's
Isn't that weird?
And you know, and there you go. I mean, that's.
I can do more physically now at 54 than I could when I was 24.
The health, the whole wellness, fitness, you know, that you see from this too. You know, it's really cool. It really is. It's inspiring.
Well, people want to live healthy. I think we're starting as a society. I think we're embracing that. We want to eat healthier. I see that. People are trying to figure out how to breathe healthier, how to exercise healthier, how to take care of our hearts. You know, and so events like this provide a platform. Like I said, this event, what happens in 10 days, but also the training for months that lead up to it, is this little micro study of a formula of how you can live your life.
Oh yeah, I agree. You bet.
So, any other riders that stand out?
Yeah, I mean, a lot have. Of course, Andy, and his beautiful young daughter.
Yeah.
And that was pretty inspiring. And yeah.
That was fun. Andy he's done it a number of years now.
He's, Zach, of course.
Yep.
Zach.
Andy's another good example.
Yeah.
Amazingly powerful.
Yeah.
Amazingly fast.
Oh.
He can go as fast as he wants to.
Yeah, no doubt.
And some days he does, and some days he's making sure other people have their experience.
Yeah, but I mean, people like Zach and Scott Brown and Tim Magnuson, and, the guys that really have, given a lot of good quality feedback, and so, and Dan Dahlquist, of course. Yeah. And and then, of course, the support we get out of Manistee, of all the merchants and people on the ride, it's just awesome, Yeah. Like just last night, I was fortunate that Andy Nofa, the owner of Comfort Inn and Holiday Inn, was in town and called me up to see if we go have dinner. That would have never happened if it wasn't for Tour Da Yoop. Yeah. It's people you meet. It's people involved in this. It's important.
So you're the energy man. I don't know how you do it.
Well, I don't know. I've always had energy.
Have you really?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I've always been.
Just blessed with it?
I think so. Yeah, it must. But if I feel like if I still got it, that's probably a good sign. It's I worry about sometimes if I lose that energy, what's going to happen? But I think that's a good sign that if you got good energy, you got good health. Yeah. I try to. Yeah. It's but
your energy fuels so many people, man. No, it does. The riders, the SAG people, the volunteer, the families, the Lions members. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, I can't figure. That's what it takes in something like this too, because you're trying to match what they're trying to go through in a day too. Because that's important to them. That we can connect like that. Because I think it means a lot to them too. It means a lot to me. But yeah, it's like a two-way. Yeah. Like we're really helping each other in a way. Because I get a lot out of it too. Yeah. And that's the cool thing.
Yeah, I know. I know you do.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with being a Lion too. It's being part of the Lions. It's you get a lot out of that. Because it's all about service and servant leadership, and we serve, and our mission really as Lions are to empower our clubs, to empower our volunteers, our partners, to really improve health in our communities, and that just lines up with so much what I do. My background in the health and wealth of business. So, that's why it was such a nice relationship. And then adding Tour Da Yoop onto that promotes the same thing. It's, what I mean? It's that's the kind of the catch-all. Yeah. And that's what the Lions stand for.
What does it mean to serve?
It means to serve people. A lot of people. It's like a servant leader. Yeah. I'm doing it because I'm not only helping them, I'm helping myself. I get a lot out of serving. I do. Yeah. I think it's healthy. I do. Because you're getting out of yourself. Yeah. And you're doing something for others. And I think there's a real, it's just good for the mental health. Yeah. It is. I do. And I love volunteering when I have the time. And, and Tour Da Yoop is a real great opportunity for us as Lions to to be visual, to be out there serving. My whole motto this year is I'll be the district governor coming July 1st, is service in motion. Yeah. And I'm a big believer, our roots are we serve, and that's where we came from. And people want to see us visible. People want to see us out there. And they don't come to our clubs to hear us read the Constitution, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, they really, and I'm a big fan of service. Okay. And that's really what I want to hang my term this year on, is the service emotion. Okay. And yeah.
I don't know of an organization that uses the word serve and service more than you guys do.
Yeah. It's important, God, Melvin Jones started way over 100 years ago. Our very first club, matter of fact, it's funny that we're in Marquette, by the way. Okay. This is where the first Lions Club was in Michigan.
Oh, here in Marquette?
Here in Marquette. The second one was in Grand Rapids.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of incredible that we're talking
Yeah.
not only in a historic building at the landmark, but also, there's history.
Was
here.
this building here when the Lions started? It might have been. I don't know.
It's
This
funny.
thing's old?
This thing's old.
Yeah.
I mean, this is you're talking history here.
Yeah.
But the Lions were the very first club in Michigan. So, that's 100 some years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it's nice to be involved with an organization that does things right from the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
And I got, when my buddy asked me to join, and I knew what their mission was, and I thought, health and wealth and how we could do that. And
Yeah.
I met people like Chris Smith, and
Yeah.
Gretchen Preston and Jim Svinicki, and just so many people that are friends of mine, and like meeting yourself.
Yeah.
You're a Lion too.
Yep.
And so it's really cool. It's an honor to be able to do stuff like this, and we love it.
Yeah.
We really do. We really love, helping Tour Da Yoop. You figure 14 clubs. It pretty much has been an average every year that come out for this. We have 42 clubs in the Upper Peninsula, and 14 of them. So I'm hoping to double it.
Wow.
Your 10-year anniversary.
Wow. Yeah.
So
that word serve, and the fact that the club's been around over 100 years.
Yeah.
I had a podcast earlier this year with Steve Crane. He's a private eye that has helped to get some innocent people out of prison. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I was talking with him about is you can hear these stories about somebody that had something bad happen to them mm-hmm. and needs help, mm-hmm. and you want to help them. Mm-hmm. But he has had to commit hours and weeks and months in order to have a positive result turn out. Mm-hmm. It does not happen easily. Mm-hmm. And it is incredibly easy for somebody to, it is so hard to do what he did. Yeah. It is very easy to feel compassionate for somebody's situation and want to help and help a little bit. It's really hard to go through the months and to have an actual result. Yeah. This morning, I had an interview podcast with Jennifer Watson out of the Limestone Credit Union in Manistee.
Yep, no Jennifer.
And for years, they have been deeply involved in the community and deeply involved in helping the students in Manistee of all ages, young, middle school, high school. And not a lot of organizations dedicate that amount of time. Yeah. It's one thing, and this is important, and I said it this morning, and I don't want to diminish it, and I don't want to diminish the gratitude of it. It's one thing to give a check toward a cause, because money's important, and money's needed, and it helps big time. What doesn't happen that often is the physical time that people give to something. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And not just to show up for an hour, which is also important and also very helpful. Yeah. But if there aren't people that are serving, that are carrying something through the entire year, that doesn't happen. Right. And so it's interesting. I've never recognized before how the word serve is so prevalent. It is. And now when I'm thinking about all my conversations with other Lions members, that word serve, I don't think I hear it anywhere else as often as I hear it with you guys. Yeah.
Well, it's been our, it's what we stand for, and where there's a need, where there's a need, there's a Lion, Yeah. And we always said that, and that's kind of through service.
There's a physical Lion. Yeah. A human being.
Yeah, a live-soul Lion.
A man or a woman that's there physically to help out. Yeah.
And a lot of, too, you're, not only you're helping your whole mankind, but, it's a lot of these people, you're helping that need the help. Yep. And you feel good about it. Yeah. You walk away, knowing that you did something. And I don't know, just a good feeling. We need a lot of that in this world today. We need to be kind. We need to be, reaching out to our neighbors.
Absolutely.
And I think that's love goes a lot further than hate, doesn't it? Sure
does. So you think about the legs of an organization like the Lions to be around that long. If your drive is to serve people, how would you not last that long?
Yeah, I know. And the Lions have done it right, and that's a great thing. You know, they've had great leadership. You know, they do great things, and God, it's just amazing the things that they do.
Yeah.
From when Helen Keller came to us in 1925 in Ohio and talked about being, you know, the Knights of the Blind, you know, and
Okay.
we took her offer, and tell you what, look at today, the vision, and you know all the things that we're involved in. You know, like I'll give you an example. You know, diabetes. You know, we got hunger. We got childhood cancer.
Yep.
We've got the environment. Right?
Yep.
We've got Project Kid Site.
Yep.
Right. We got mental health and well-being now. We have a couple others. Then youth projects, and then now we have. I can't think of the last one. I'm sorry.
Yep.
But yeah. So you know, it's neat to be involved in those things because when we gather. You know, it's nice to hear the impact that we're having.
Yep.
You know, just like Tour Da Yoop and the impact that we've been able to have since joining together.
Yeah.
You know, raising over $400,000.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty good.
It's really good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
You know, and what that can do to help people.
Yep.
You know, and you know, that's the whole flips. That's the other side of this thing.
Yep.
You know, that's the other feel good.
Yeah.
Walking away. You know, on top of all the things that we've already discussed,
Yeah.
you know, and I had that's the frosting on
Yeah.
the cake because that's what makes you feel good.
Yep.
You know, knowing that we're helping those kids, eh?
Yeah. And the money being raised and given is being, you know, we've had some, you know, blessed with a couple wonderful
Beautiful.
Families to
Absolutely.
do some matching grants,
you know,
but they are involved.
Yeah.
They're physically there. They see it.
It's amazing.
Again, that human involvement.
Yeah, and I think that's really cool. I mean, you think about it. If we hopefully hit our goals this year, I mean, by the time we go in our 10-year anniversary, which is next year, you know, we've been able to think about. We've been able to have sustainability. We've been able to raise money.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just great. Every year, we've increased a little. You know, so, you know, but and that's a good thing.
It is a good thing
because it's a lot to manage.
Yeah, it is a lot to manage.
You know,
and
you got a little taste of that this year. But
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving parts.
A lot.
And you know, and
Well, this
I think
ride
our
itself-
growth has been in a good way.
What's that?
I think our growth is in a good way.
I do too.
Because if we doubled that, we'd have 6 stag wagons, not just 3. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So the cost goes up too.
Yeah.
No, but
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know, unless all the groups stayed, you know, maybe we'd have as many groups, it'd just be more in a group, I don't know.
But you know.
Yeah.
But you know.
But this particular event is 10 days, 10 stages, 1,200 miles. Not everybody's doing all 1,200. Maybe about half and half.
Yeah.
About half do 2 or 3 days and half do all 10.
Yeah.
But it's the same distance as Detroit to Disney World.
Oh, I know. And you're on a road.
That's a
You're not in the
logistical
woods.
challenge,
On a
man.
bike.
Yeah, right. You're in the woods.
You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're not taking I-75 down to Florida.
I'm telling you right now, man. And God, you know, I would love, and one of my big things has been I want to get more and more people out, cheer us on, and you know, and it really, it's incredible. I mean, these guys are 120 miles a day. You know, you figure they're burning up anywhere from 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 calories a day.
I think it is important to see because the more people that see it, we've got. You know, I'd love to see a lot of ladies in plaid jersey. Love it. Yeah. You know.
Next year, I want to provide music. By the way.
Yeah. But the more people see others accomplish something that they themselves didn't think was possible a year or two earlier.
Right, yeah.
The more they realize how much they can do it too.
Yeah, exactly. And
it is a life-changing experience to do something.
Yeah.
Like I said, that hike was a life-changing experience for me.
Yeah.
You know, then I canoed from Lake Superior, Lake Michigan.
Wow, that's
that was another. I did that with a college buddy. And that was a life-changing experience for him. He keeps telling me about it. That was pretty amazing.
Well,
we had to paddle upstream for a while until you hit the crest of the UP, and then we made our way through swamps and beaver dams and whatever until we could connect to another river, and then we made our way to Lake Michigan.
Yeah. You should live in the UP, James.
I did for a good part of my life, man. I know. I know.
You love the woods.
Oh, I love it.
I know you do.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then the bike ride, but doing these types of things, they do change your perspective in life.
You bet, they do. Major change,
Yeah.
I
wish anybody that's really thinking about it would just do it.
Yeah,
because it is a. Yeah, one day and then you're like, okay, that wasn't.
Do it one day, and
I can do that
every 30 miles.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. Let us show you. Let us help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, buddy.
Yeah, I want to talk about the SAG team a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's been
been blessed.
The event has been a learning experience year over year.
Oh yes.
And you've really helped build a SAG team extraordinaire.
Well, I tell you what, we've been lucky. We've been smart. We got good SAG people.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
We communicate well. Hey, don't get me wrong. We have our moments, but I'm just saying we communicate well. We treat each other well, and I think that's the big part. We treat each other well.
Yeah.
We have fun.
Yeah.
Because you gotta have some fun.
You do.
Because as SAG, it's it can be boring there sitting in a van watching you guys all day. Well, I'm just saying. So
last year I rode 5 days and I did SAG 5 days.
Well, there you go.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
And there wasn't either day that was more difficult.
Yeah.
They were both extremely difficult.
Yeah. And I think we have built around a good attitude. I think just knowing how to communicate and just delegate and just making sure we're there. We've had, how the UP is. Sometimes cell phone coverage isn't always the greatest, but it's not, those gaps are getting smaller and smaller because we're getting more coverage up here. But I think we do a good job. I think we have the right attitude. I think we really want to take care of the people.
Yep.
And
so one of the things that stuck out to me the most last year as doing SAG is how quickly they learned everybody's names, their mannerisms, their facial expressions, and what their needs were.
Yeah, and how kind they were.
Yeah. But they picked it up so fast, and then they were communicating with, hey, Jim needs a little, keep an eye out for him. I just refilled his water, but I think he ran a little deficit.
Yeah.
Make sure he's got his electrolytes at the next thing so he gets back on track,
Yep.
Or,
even having Owen, because, Owen's a bike rider.
Oh, yeah.
So, that experience too, so, and that was really nice last year to have Owen along.
Yeah.
Because, I could ask him certain things, because he's a bike rider.
Yep.
And so I thought that was, so I think we have a good mix.
Yeah.
They have great attitudes.
Yeah.
They're good people. Come from good families.
Speaking of Owen,
really.
How'd you like that picture Owen sent from Japan with the Lions Club?
That was awesome. I sent that to our leadership.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Your son Owen.
He's in Japan. And there's a Lions. There's a Lions park.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
No, we are though. And it's going to be interesting. I get to go to Hong Kong. Speaking of that, I leave June 30th to go to Hong Kong to become official, I guess.
Okay.
So be there for 9 days, but looking
great.
forward to it. Looking forward to seeing the Lions in a different country.
Yeah.
And seeing how they do things, and learning new cultures is fun too.
Yeah.
I know you love to travel, and I do too. So it's gonna be nice to go to Hong Kong. And,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I think you soak up everything you can out of living in the UP.
Yeah, I do.
You're hiking all over the place, getting out in the woods, and
I do. I love to hike. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Hiking is my thing.
Yeah.
It really is. of anything. Camping and hiking. I like camping too, backpacking.
Yep.
You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Born a Yooper, but lived away for quite a while, but it was nice to come back.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a pretty special experience and a pretty special relationship.
Yeah.
Getting to know you and Chris and the Lions members, and then the families that we have met and helped and supported along the way it's been pretty cool. I didn't know what to expect out of that and what we could do for them, what they would do for us. Yeah. But then I really didn't expect the longevity of these relationships. Yeah. And I certainly didn't expect that they'd get any inspiration out of the bikers. Yeah. I thought, we're able to support them and help them, but then to realize that this is something that they look forward to and talk about over the course of the year is pretty wild.
It is pretty wild.
And now families have met a lot of other families.
Oh yeah, God.
They come together for these
Kevin,
events.
I mean,
but they've met other families that are dealing with their same problems.
Yeah, right.
Throughout the UP.
Yeah, right.
And their kids.
It's great.
Yeah.
It really is. So I'm looking forward to another great ride this year, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
But is there anything else you want to talk about that I didn't ask you?
No, I think this has been a really good chat.
All right, good.
Mate.
Yeah.
Great chat, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the name of this podcast is
Wealth is a choice. Boom.
And wealth means a lot of things.
You bet.
It can be money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of times you see wealth, you associate it with money, but it's happiness, it's relationships, it's family, it's community.
Yeah.
It's health, it's athletics, it's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So whatever wealth means to you, do you think that it's a choice?
Yes, I do. I totally believe it is a choice. It has to be. Because, it's health to me is also wealth. Wealth is health, health is wealth.
Yep.
I think that's a lot of it, because you can have all the money you want, but if you don't have the health to enjoy it. So there's got to be a little bit of a balance there.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate. My father was my dad's always told us, don't save your money, invest your money.
Yeah.
He's taught us the rule of 72,
Yeah.
My dad's a big time investor himself.
Yep.
So it was a role model that he gave us as kids. So is wealth a choice? I totally believe. But I also believe when you think about wealth, it could be your personality. I think also we all have our own economy. And I'm a firm believer that, I don't know about you, but I like being around people that have a positive economy, their own, outlook on life. PMAs, I always say positive mental attitude, right? Okay. And that has a lot to do with it. And I think that rolls also into a healthy choice. Yeah. Which is, I do believe that. Yeah. And I think it's a wonderful thing, actually. For those that don't believe it, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Well, another one of our mantras, we believe in people, and that is to what you just said. People will work to improve their economy, whatever economy that is, and those that have an economy much greater than themselves are just amazing people to be around.
Absolutely. And you pick up on it right away.
Yeah.
Almost. And we see a ton of that on our tour. Yeah. And that's the other thing.
Another mantra I didn't even mention, I don't know why, because it's on your hat. LUFU, love you for you. Yeah. It's a huge mantra that we have. Totally. And, when you're thinking about love you for you, love yourself for who you are, love somebody else for who they are, you recognize the beauty in all these diverse different people. Yes. And, you're looking for what makes them unique and what makes them special. Yeah. And when you look for it and you see it.
Yeah, and we need that today, buddy.
Oh, you just have so much more fun with people.
I know. But this has been really great, man.
Yeah.
Just to have this chat today.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Thanks, Gary.
Keep up the great work.
Love you, brother.
Love you too.
All
buddy.
right, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Yep, thanks.
All right.